The man was a top-tier assassin, but he never loaded bullets into his gun. Even when his target stood right in front of him, he didn't fire. Instead, he aimed his scope at a speeding car. A shard of glass pierced the tire with perfect precision. The car spun out of control, and the target died instantly. Then, he quickly assembled an airgun, cleaned up the scene, and slipped away. When the police arrived, they only saw a car crash caused by a tire punctured by broken glass on the road. The mission was a success, but strangely, the client insisted he collect his payment in person. This broke protocol, but the man arrived at the meeting spot on time. The moment he stepped out of his car, hidden gunmen opened fire. He reacted fast, dodging behind the vehicle as bullets riddled the car. The attackers, realizing their ambush failed, jumped on a motorcycle to escape. But in their panic, they rode into a dead end and had to turn back. The man didn't give them a chance. A flying kick sent the shooter crashing to the ground. A few combat moves later, the killer was completely subdued. The attacker pulled out a knife, but the man disarmed him with ease, finishing him off with a headbutt. He tried to interrogate him, but the killer stayed silent, so the man ended him. He immediately contacted his client and realized he had been set up. The man was furious. Even though assassins weren't supposed to dig into their employer's secrets, he refused to let this go. After staging the scene to look like an accident, he left. But that same night, he received terrible news. His ex-girlfriend had died in an accident. Though they had parted ways long ago, he had always kept a quiet eye on her. On the day of the funeral, he hid in the distance, waiting for the crowd to leave before approaching her grave. Then, one of her friends spotted him and returned, revealing a harsher truth. His ex had been pregnant with his child when she died. The news reported that she was killed during a home invasion. The two robbers supposedly died from an allergic reaction after stealing money. The public bought the story, but he didn't. He decided to investigate himself. What he uncovered shocked him. He sneaked into her apartment and, with a killer's instincts, quickly found inconsistencies. The robbers had taken only loose change that made no sense. Even stranger, her autopsy report showed barbital sodium in her blood. That drug treated anxiety but was also used by assassins to force confessions. Someone had interrogated her, staged the robbery, and pinned it on the thieves. He knew this method all too well. It was the signature move of his two closest brothers. Now, he had his targets for revenge.